I'm Jenness Cortez. Today, let's look at my painting 15 Minutes for a better understanding of the work of Andy Warhol. I love to play with images from the past. Many are quite beautiful, and all of them tell us a great deal about the world in which they were created. My painting 15 Minutes relates to a fairly recent American aesthetic. Not a conventionally beautiful one, but significant nonetheless. It was all about fame, glamour, and the surface of things, presented with a cheerful disregard for meaning. In some ways, those words could describe our present culture equally well. But the transformational changes brought into our world by the computer, internet, and cell phone have modified and broadened our definitions of celebrity and of our relationship with it. Fame, now potentially available to anyone in this age of Facebook and YouTube, has lost a good deal of the precious exclusivity it once had. The title of my painting references Andy Warhol, who famously predicted that, quote, "In the future, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes." My composition is really more about fame than it is about Andy, but his devotion to celebrity and his celebration of all its forms makes his work the perfect vehicle for exploring mid-century America's enthusiastic preoccupations. That's why his own face, based on photographer Gregg Gorman's riveting portrait, takes center stage. Warhol himself had decidedly unglamorous beginnings. He was born into a blue-collar Pittsburgh family in 1928 with a penchant for unusual style. It led him to New York City and a successful career as an advertising illustrator. But his dreams were bigger. He sought nothing less than superstardom. His quest for fame motivated the making of his own physical form and voice into the somewhat bizarre character at the center of my painting. The fright wig, dark glasses, and black leather jacket declare the persona that he carefully designed, maintained, and exuberantly projected. He had a gift for attracting attention, both to his work and to himself, and was devoted to surrounding himself with the rich and famous faces he adored. The red rose, with Warhol's trademark Campbell's soup can as its vase, is carefully placed before his image like an offering on the altar of celebrity. And familiar faces, Elvis, Marilyn, Mao, Michael, Liz, Jackie, John Lennon, and Muhammad Ali all surround him and stare back at us the way we've stared at them. All these likenesses are based on publicly circulated photographs that Warhol then manipulated with the casual doodling and outrageous color that are the hallmarks of his best-known work. The introduction of the clock reminds us of the fleeting nature of our fascinations, and the candy kisses, wrapped in shiny foil, are sweet in the moment and soon forgotten, like the stars who held our attention only yesterday. Seen today, those faces that defined current vibrant celebrity from the mid-60s through the 1980s have in time taken on the patina of historical artifacts from another century. The shelf below them houses books with titles that carry us into the wider world of late 20th century American art. Among their subjects are New York City, the undisputed center of the art world in Warhol's time, and the pop art icons created by Robert Indiana. And there's a book about The Factory. That's the name Warhol gave to all the projects of his prolific art-producing enterprises. The inclusion of a book about sculptor Jeff Koons brings us closer to the present day. In the center of that bookshelf, on the big gray book entitled 15 Minutes of Fame, is a self-portrait by yours truly, sporting the dark glasses so essential to every celebrity face, and claiming my 15 minutes right now. I hope you've enjoyed this look back into the not-too-distant American past. Be sure to join us for the next episode of Demystifying the Masters.
If you enjoyed this episode of Demystifying the Masters with Jenness Cortez, like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. If you are an art collector planning to enhance your collection, we invite you to view more of the Cortez work at JennessCortez.com.